Everybody into my life.
We rolling.
Hell yeah, dude. Look at you.
Take one.
Fancy. Man, that feels real now.
I know.
That feels like I feel like, shit, what do I have to say? Hello, this is the Backyard Show. Goddamn, I'm here by myself. My guest, I guess, is hungover. So, here we are. Beautiful Badman Studios. Homie hooked it up. Nice in here. He's banging in the other room, so gotta let the man do his thing. But we're here. We're in beautiful, sunny California. And, yeah, I was going to interview Thor Thatcher from Violent by Nature, but he's not answering any of my texts or my calls. And I'm just like, you know what, dude? That's fine. I'm just going to do this by myself. We're going to keep rolling. As a matter of fact, I'm already booking the next guest. So, shit. Fuck with your boy. We're here. We're queer. It's the Backyard Show, dude. Hell yeah. We got Adam behind the camera still, because, you know, that's my G. My double G of directors, the board of directors. I don't know, dude. We'll think of a good name for you. But yeah, it's okay. I'm disappointed with myself too. We're just here, dude. Yeah, this is weird because I do podcasts by myself, but usually nobody's in the room. So this is kind of the same, but it's like, you know, I have more of a standard to uphold now. So because I have my team with me. Like this is a good team. We're building a team here now, and if anybody wants to help out with this team, then, you know, my DMs are always open. But yeah, we're just here. We got the Milky Bong. This bong is dangerous. It looks like you can't tell how much you're hitting. I like a bong like that. You like bongs, Adam?
Oh yeah, that's how I started.
Hell yeah, dude. You're just watching me go crazy on the camera, huh? You're just like, dude, there's something wrong with this kid. Needs a straight... I do have a straight jacket on right now. This is how it is, dude. So I'm admiring the artistic vision of this room. Like, this is really cool. We might be doing this for as long as we can, you know. I'm still looking for an office. We're gonna do that, but I had a fun week, dude. I was just doing shows all week. Fucking... Well, I did my first feature spot at the Ha Club last week on the 26th. Boy, was it fun. There was like 12 people in the room. Maybe like, I'd say 15. Not including the comics. So, yeah, I got was it Guys Night at the Ha Club? Not a bad show. The people there to see some shit. Like, you can say whatever. Like, I mean, you can't say slurs. I mean, there were people saying some slurs, but... It was alright. Fucking, Mark Krause had a hell of a set, dude. I was tripping out, because, like, I see him at the fourth wall all the time, and I'm just like, he's like a funny kid. Like, I mean, he's not a kid. He's definitely, like, in his 30s. He looks like a kid, but that's besides the point. That's okay. I like him. He likes me, too. No, but he had a really killer set, and, like, I've seen him using the same stuff that he used at the fourth wall, and I'm just like, wow. I don't know how killing is subjective, I guess. Like, I'm not saying he's not funny. It's just like, wow, like he's just like a silly guy. And if you see him do stand up, you'll be like, all right, yeah, he's silly, but he's just very funny. He was killing it. I was surprised. Good job, dude. And I did all right. I recorded my set. I think I got by off riffs and just making fun of everybody else. I don't know. Every time I roast people, like when you roast a crowd that's not expecting a roast, it's either the roast has to be really good, or else you'll get nothing but silence. And then you just feel like a dick on stage. Like, you just feel like you're just being mean for no reason. But that's kind of my style, dude. I like it. I say a lot of mean things to people who are in the crowd or the show. And it's just like, you know what? I'll apologize if it feels weird, but at the same time, it's like, I'm really kind of just throwing darts in the dark, hoping it lands. And sometimes it does not go over well. I'm trying to remember exactly. Well, I said the guy who was hosting, was it? His name was Reggie. I don't know I didn't ask for his last name. I'm sorry, but he was a very good host. And he brought me up, and I was just like, we both look like we steal candy bars from the self-checkout aisle. He's like a bigger, heavy set gentleman, black gentleman. I just had to say it. He's cool. He knows. If you're black, you know you're black, obviously, right? Nobody's, unless you're blind. But that's a whole Dave Chappelle scare right there. So, No, like we're roasting each other back, and it's like when it's consensual, it's funny, it's good. Even if the roasts suck, if the audience knows it's consensual, they'll give it something. But if it's like you're just making fun of random people, like a fucking sniper, like nah, it better be a good joke. Unless if it doesn't hit, then you're fucked, man. You just look like an asshole. But yeah, dude, Haha Club was fun. Did a roast battle at the Comedy Store, and Jeff Ross was there. This night in particular was very funny because it was like I was on. Like I've had other sets where I was nervous. This one was just really good. And there was fucking killers in the house, dude. Like everybody was there. You got Jeff Ross, Alex Hooper was there. Tim Dillon was there just chilling, not watching the roast battle, but you know, he lost his house, so respect to him. Even though he's rich, but you know, he's Tim Dillon, dude. Come on. I'm tired of people saying, "Oh, just because you're rich and you lost your house doesn't mean that you can't bounce back." I don't know. I don't think it's either you're gonna bounce back or you're gonna leave California. But yeah, hot topic. And who else did I? Oh yeah. So this was funny. I saw more people there. I saw Ari Shafir there too. I didn't get to say hi to him, but he was chilling. But I finished the battle. Me and Nicole Dan, by the way, she's a very funny comedian. She went up and she just went the route of I'm just gonna be mean. I'm gonna be nasty. She wasn't even like really saying any jokes that I could remember, but she was just being very catty, and which I respect. I was kind of just chilling in the cut, letting her talk her shit, and then I still hit her with my jokes, all decently written. Got some pretty decent feedback on it. I mean, Jeff Ross laughed, so there we go. We're in the fucking bucket, baby. They liked it. They were like, all right. I won the battle. It was a good game, game, set, and match. 6-5 is my record now, so that's good. Now me, like, I don't like to hang out much after, especially like if the show's long. I'm just like, bro, everybody's gonna start hanging out at like 12, 1 in the morning. So I'm just like, I'm gonna go home. And I'm leaving the belly room. I walk out. I ran into Denzel Curry, and I didn't know it was Denzel Curry until, like, I was sitting at the bar, just, like, on my phone chilling. This dude comes up to me. He's like, hey, man, good shit. And I shook his hand. I was like, oh, thanks. Yeah, that's cool. And then the door lady told me I was really good. So I was just like, oh, whatever, And I sit down. I'm on my phone. And it just hit me. I was like, is that fucking Denzel Curry? What the fuck is he doing here? And then I realized, oh, no, he's actually getting into comedy now. So I'm just like, I keep fucking stretching, like, all weird and shit. But fucking, no, he's doing comedy now. He judges roast battles, and he goes to the Flashback Studios up in the Valley. And so it threw me off. So I went straight to Instagram. I was like, dude, I gotta tell it. The whole world has to know what just happened right now. I go on my Instagram notes, and I wrote down, like, without skipping a beat, I'm like, I just shook hands with a dude, and it turned out to be Steph Curry. I'm not racist. I just, for some reason, I knew who he was, and I was just like, oh, dude, I just met Steph Curry. Like, first of all, okay, it's not, there are some athletes that do go to the Comedy Store just to hang out and chill, watch a show, whatever. It's a common space for, like, any celebrity or somebody to just go there. But one, to think that I'm on Steph Curry's radar is fucking asinine to think that. But I posted it, and one of the homegirls, she replied. She was like, what in the actual... Like, she put a question mark and an exclamation point. And I was like, what? And I go back and I look at it, and I'm like, bro... I meant to say Denzel Curry, dude. I look like such an asshole. I just had the best night of my life, and now I'm just like, I'm such a piece of shit. I'm fucking racist. I'm gonna go home now. And I just left. And I didn't even, like, reply to the homegirl. I was so embarrassed that I just, like, I let the message sink down into my DMs. And I erased the note, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna fucking mention this to anybody. I'm gonna say it on the podcast. How about that? And here we are. No, I did not meet Steph Curry. I'm retarded. And I was just like, yeah, I'm never gonna recover from this, dude. So yeah, Alex, if you're out there watching, I was just too embarrassed to say anything. I don't think I'm too good to reply, but I'm not gonna fucking, come on, dude. Just let me fucking take the L. Oh yeah. So that's how my week went. How about you, Adam? What you doing? Anything fun this week?
I went to a midnight hour show yesterday.
Oh, sick.
Hardcore and shit.
Who did you see?
I went to see my nephew, man.
Oh, that's right. You want to talk into the mic real quick? Hold on, because this is actually pretty interesting. So your nephew's in a hardcore band.
Yeah.
How
homie
long?
Damien.
The homie Damien? I think I've met him. Was he the one that was rolling a blunt in your room that one time?
There was many instances, but I think so.
Nice. What's the name of his band?
I forgot, man. They're gonna probably tour in Vegas soon, in Arizona.
Wow.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty dope.
Dude.
Nah, they were a pretty sick set though.
You come from a very musically inclined family.
Right? Yeah, my tia, her band, Disgusting and the Rodents.
Shout out. I have one of their albums.
Oh yeah.
I do. I forget what the name of the album is, but it's the one where they were talking shit about Trump. They're like,
yeah.
Fuck Donald Trump. Yeah, your tia's band is very good, and I can imagine your cousin's band is just as good too. You forget the name? Did I already ask?
Yeah, I forgot the fucking name. Okay. But they're fucking dumb, man. Those hardcore kids are something else, though.
I bet, dude. I feel like the young hardcore generation right now, I couldn't keep up shit, dude. They're doing Muay Thai in the pit, dude. Have you seen this shit?
Dude, they're like 18, 19-year-olds. I'm like, I didn't even go in the pit once. I know. I'm past my prime at that
dude,
point.
They're in the pit like,
They're doing fucking monkey flips and shit.
Whoa, dude. That's insane.
You want to go because your ego's telling you, like, I'm tougher to these fucking kids. I'll fucking sock this fucking minor. I don't give a fuck.
Just for you to stand in the back with your arms crossed, like, oh, my hip hurts, dude. Fuck this.
Even the chicks, man, they get decked right in the face. Like, nothing happened. They, like, brush it off, man.
That's right. Respect. Just go punch someone back. That's how you do it, dude.
I wanted to after fucking Modelo. The liquid courage kicks in and shit.
Slap one of the kids in the back of the head as they cross the pit. Like, Jesus. No, that's cool. Like, that's kind of why I don't go to shows anymore. Because, like, especially I'll go to a show, but not the pit. You know what I mean? Like, the pit is like where I kind of draw the line. Especially now, I'd be getting hurt and flung around and shit. I got thrown across the pit at the Whiskey A Go Go watching Warbringer. I'm not over exaggerating. Some guy, like, you get pushed in the pit. I got pushed so hard that my fucking legs went up in the air, and I lost a shoe. When you lose a shoe in the pit, it's kind of embarrassing. But somebody like holds the shoe up and shit is like, all right, that's cool. Losing a phone in the pit, I think it's pretty embarrassing too. Losing your glass, anytime you lose anything in the pit, you like kind of makes you want to go home. Or at least I think, that person should go home. Yeah, party's over now. Like,
yeah. It's a good measure of fucking how old you're getting, going in the pit.
Going in the pit, dude.
Yeah, dude. We used to go when we were 16. Now I'm 26, 10 years later.
Yup.
And I get injured myself. I don't even want to go in that shit, man.
Yeah. I have one of my worst pit injuries on one of the, I think it was episode 2. Might have been episode 2. I like sprained both my ankles 2 separate occasions at the same backyard. Like 2 months apart. Maybe 2 or 3 months apart. And, I never went to the doctor. I'm still standing on them. But, no, I'm starting to take care of it now. But it's like, I know a lot of people who, like, break bones or sprain bones in the pit. And then they're just like, all right, I'm going to go home, sleep it off, have a beer or two, and I'll be back, like, tomorrow.
They're going to feel that shit the next morning.
They still go to the pit, too. That's the crazy part. Yeah, and I remember this one chick I went to high school with. I don't want to out her. Her name's Cynthia, but we'll bleep that out. But
I know who you're talking about.
So you ever see somebody in high school like 5-6 years later? Like, what the fuck? Like, you met him again for the first time?
It's the Valley, man. You see that shit all the time.
Yeah. Well, I met this person in LA. And we recognized each other, and I'm like, dude, you are beyond drunk. But somebody was taking care of her, so that's good. But then I see her get, like, when you're leaving the show, like, on 2 people's shoulders. She was getting carried out by her homegirls. And then she's like, dude, I fell. And I looked at her ankles, like, all purple and swollen. I'm like, bruh, same, dude. That's what happened to me the last time I fell in the pit. And then I was like, dude, you have to go to the doctors. I was like, dude, go to the doctors today, tonight, the soonest you can. If you let that shit slide, 10 years later, it's going to come bite you in the ass. And I don't know if she went to the doctors or not. I don't know if she's been back to a show or not, but that's what happens, man. Sometimes it's just like, dude, like, that's it. You're done. No more shows. No more mosh pits. I mean, you can go to a show, but now you got to tone it down. It's like whatever you're doing, if you're nosing it or drinking or, you know, you got to just tone it down, buddy. The pit literally tells you to calm down. It really does. You get humbled by the pit. And, yeah, dude. Isn't it fun talking shit about people?
I don't know if you were talking shit. You were giving advice and shit.
I know. Or talking about people.
I fucked up my ankle last year, too, man.
What happened?
I fucked up my ankle last year.
Oh, damn.
I had to get a cast and all that. That's just the worst, man.
Damn.
It's like a toothache, but in your fucking ankle. It doesn't fucking stop.
And then if it doesn't heal right.
Yeah, you have to be doing all sorts of stretches. Like you said, 10 years later, you're going to start feeling it.
Exactly. Now, I feel like my knees are starting to... Like, it went from my ankles to my knees now. So it's like, yeah, like, I'm still here. I'm chilling.
Not much of a distance there. Traveling.
Heyo! We're back.
Rose battle.
Rose battle. Dude, I want to rose battle you, dude.
I ain't got shit, dude.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, that was a good one right there. What are you
I
talking
got
about?
short jokes. You've probably heard them all at this point.
That was a good one. I've never heard that one before. From the ankle to the knee, that's not much distance there. No, dude, from the ocean to the sea, dude. Fucking, no, yeah, man. I'm having fun just fucking talking shit, trying to write jokes. And I'm glad we're doing this. I know we're breaking the fourth wall here, but, you know, we got to keep this going. And we don't know what's going to happen. You know, we could probably be 20, 30 episodes in. Or we can go to 100, go to 1,000, shit, dude. Like, I'm doing this till the wheels fall off. Because it's like, you know, music has become such a big part of my life. Like, it's always been a part of my life. I grew up around music. Like, my grandpa had guitars laying around. Like, there was an organ in the house growing up. And I don't know. Like, I hear music in my head every day. Like, I don't know if it's because I'm crazy. Or if it's just, like, I did too much weed, or like there's just something in my head where it's just like there's music coming out of it. And like I'm actually working on a banger right now, like in my head. Not like right now, but like I've been like jamming out these like bass line ideas and trying to just build a song up. But then doing this kind of takes everything a step further, you know, because when you're recording music and you're in the band life, I guess, you know, you're with a band, or you're traveling, or you're a working musician, or you're taking, even if you're just taking pictures, it's all a part of the actual, like, a history of, like, what's going down. And you don't get to, I don't know, you don't really get to see musicians on podcasts. I mean, most of them you do, but, like, when you're coming up, it's like nobody's there to put you on stages but yourself. When somebody puts you on, like, with an opportunity, like, that shit is timeless. Like, those are the moments you remember. And it isn't funny, like, if you're a band member and somebody wants to interview, you're just like, what the fuck is random dude wants to interview me? But, like, putting it out there is what matters, you know? Like, there's countless times where, like, a local band or a friend of mine, they get an article interview written about them, and then it's on the internet, and they're talking about this, and it's like, you never see that side of people. It's always just like, oh, like, yeah, I went to work, I did this, I did that. You know, you don't really like talking about it, because it's like when you're talking about it, you're not really doing it. But being able to, like, look back and reflect on your life and see, like, how it all comes into fruition, and, like, I don't know, I like seeing that shit. I love behind the scenes type shit like this, so, you know.
I think you hear Matilda in the back.
Hell yeah, dude. They're having fun back there. Man.
That shit loud.
Yeah. But yeah, dude. Enough about me for the third time. No, that's cool. Like, when did you start playing, like, drums?
Drums back in 2016, right out after high school. Yeah, and then that's what we met. I think the first day I played drums, you came to practice at my house for Black Plagues or some other band.
It was Balance Code.
Oh, Balance Code.
It had to have been Balance Code, yeah. We just started doing Balance Code. Talking to the microphone. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think you just met Edwin at that time, no?
Yeah, probably like a month later, maybe. Because we were looking for band members. And they were auditioning people for a while during Black Plagues. This is when Black Plagues was, like, almost about to finish. And because we didn't have a bass player at the time. It was just 2 guitars, drums, and the lead singer. And so eventually, we started looking for just bassists. We went through like 3 bassists. And when we hit Edwin up, he didn't have a bass or an amp. He was just like, yeah, but I'm down to be in a band. He's like, I play guitar, I do all this and that. So like, if you guys want to wait for me to get my equipment, dope. And then we did. And we were still working, obviously. But he showed up with a bass and an amp that he just bought, probably at a pawn shop. And it was like, he was like, fuck it, I'm down. Like, I did it. Pulls up, and we didn't start jamming right away, but we clicked. All of us. We just clicked. It was just, we're just homies, like, just chilling, trying to make music. We all had the same dream in mind, but we weren't really, like, working on it full time. But, yeah, we all met at your house. I always remember this. The first time that I met Adam, me and Angel, we were just getting high. Like, we were smoking weed. And we were just like, yeah, we're going to go, and we're going to fucking haul ass. We're going to practice with this fool. And then we're walking, and we're probably, like, 5 minutes away from his house. And then Angel looks at me, and he's like, hey, dude. And I'm like, what's up? And he's like, do you think we smell like weed? And then I'm just like, I don't think we smell like weed. And then he's like, for sure. And like, I'm not even like, I know that's a meme and all, but no, that actually fucking happened. And like, so then we show up to his house, we knock on the door, like, you know, we're old school, and it took a while for him to open the door, and all of a sudden Adam opens the door, and he's like, hey, what's up? And then he was like, hold on, give me a second. Like, opens and then closes, and then we're just like looking, whatever, we're all high and just like spaced out. And then he comes up, he opens the door again. I don't remember if you closed the door or if you were speaking from inside your house. I feel like you came outside, you closed the door. And he was like, hey, y'all can't come to my house smelling like that. And then me and Angel looked at each other. We're like, bro, like, dude, if it makes you feel any better, we did smell ourselves. And we didn't smell any weed. Because we thought the walk itself would, like, air us out already, you know? So, but my bad, dude.
Oh, now I was protecting you from my gramps, man. He pulled a gun on Braulio one time.
What? Tell this story, please.
Nah, I don't remember much, but you know how
Bullshit.
Braulio...
Bullshit, tell the story.
Nah, dude, I don't know. Braulio one day at night, like 9 p.m. on a fucking Saturday night, fucking went to take a piss in my front yard, and I just see my grandpa with this fucking strap on his side. He's like, I'm gonna go check out the fry. I think I hear somebody.
Oh my God. Was it a revolver? Like, what was it?
It was a fucking pistol. I'm not sure.
Oh my God. Some old school shit, though, if it was your grandpa's.
Yeah, for sure. Like, that little shit you can hide in your little pocket and shit.
Bruh, that's funny.
I didn't see the actual gun, but I saw him, like,
holster,
holster.
Cowboy Woods over here.
Yeah, and then Braulio told me the next day. He texted me, I think, like, dude, your grandpa just pulled a gun on me. Yeah, people
That's
always
funny, bro.
were scared of my grandpa, man.
I loved your grandpa, dude. He was cool.
Yeah, he was
nice to me, you know? And I was just very respectful to him. I hope I was very... I know I would, like... You know, when we're singing punk rock, we're singing, like, fuck and shit and bitch into the mic. So, like, I was kind of like, oh, yeah. Once you told us to, like, hey, like, don't be saying fuck and shit into the mic, I was like, okay, I got you, dude.
Oh, for real? I said that?
I think you told us that since we were cursing into the mic, or either your grandma or your grandpa said something, I'm like, oh, you know what? Nah, it's actually, like, yeah.
Really?
I'll tone it down. I think so. I remember, because dude, a lot of Aesthetico songs have, like, curse words in them, too. And, you know, I'd say fuck. I hit those fucks and shits, dude. So that's what I remember. I think someone told you, or you told somebody, it happened, and I never cursed into a mic in your backyard ever again.
Nah.
Dude, I watch my language when I'm there. And that's funny, because I don't watch my language for shit, dude. But no, yeah, when you're in the homie's house, I said what started that, I think, was I said something to the homie's mom once, because the homie's mom would curse in front of us. She'd be like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck are you? Oh, fucking shit this. And so I just thought, oh, that's the type of rules we got here. Fuck it, dude. I'm like, I'm gonna let mine fly then too. Because I just thought that was the vibe. One time we were going to a party, and we're in the homie's living room, and then I guess they were asking me something, and I guess maybe they were asking why I dressed the way I dress, maybe? I don't know. It was just, they're very, like, old school, like, conservative. They question a lot of things, like, why do you look like a fag, kind of. They didn't say, why do you look like a fag, but they kind of insinuated it. But, so she was like, she's asking me all these questions. And then at some point, I thought it was cool to let it fly, because I'd known them for so long, like, you know, I'm in the house, like, every day. And so I was just like, I don't give a fuck. But I tried to be all cool about it. I was like, I don't give a fuck. And then, like, fucking, like an Italian family. Everyone was just like, oh, hey, fucking. And then the homie was like, hey, dude, don't talk to my mom like that. I was like, oh shit, I'm sorry. I thought this is what we were doing, dude. I got the signal. I get it now. So I watch my language in other people's houses now. When I'm home or in the car, I don't give a fuck. I let it fly. And I guess this is an exception. It's the studio. If I'm in the studio, if I'm on stage, if I'm in the car, you're gonna hear a lot of fucks and shits, dude. That's crazy. Your grandpa pulled a gun out. That is old school. That is like, what the fuck are you doing in my house? I probably would have done the same thing if I saw somebody pissing on my yard and I was like, I'm gonna go check this shit out, dude. What the fuck?
He thought you were a girl at first.
I bet. Yeah. I wouldn't. I bet. Quieres un chica? Like.
Yeah.
Did I say that right? I don't know. We're learning, dude. Man, that's crazy. My grandpa was old school too, but he was a farmer. Like, he grew up in a farm, like on his. I don't know if it was his family's farm, but it was him and his brother. So my great uncle, and he lived that farm life for a cool minute, and then he moved out here when he was like 21 or 22, off a scholarship, and then he was never really like. He was, like, towards the end of his life, he would, like, have the sprinklers on, and kids would run into the lawn, and he'd be like, get the fuck out of here, like, go home. Like, he would, like, he was the neighborhood old man, like, he was, like, just outside all the time, like, watering the lawn, taking care of the plants. But I don't think he would ever pull a gun on on the homies, but he would tell the homies to fuck off, like, he would do it politely, and then after some time, he'd be yelling at everybody, like, get out, and we'll all scram like cats and everything. Like, first he'd be like, hey, you can't be here, but you don't have to go home. He'd be cool. But, me and my knucklehead friends, digging holes in the lawn and, like, playing cops and robbers, handcuffing each other to the front gate and shit. He would just be like, y'all gotta just get out of here. And, like, I think it was somewhat racially motivated, too, but, nah, my grandpa's cool. I don't mean to talk about him like that, but hey, when you're old school, dude, it's like you live life differently. You see things differently. Like nobody. I don't think anybody born in the 40s or the 60s or maybe the 60s, because that's when like things started to change. Those people started doing drugs and people like hippies and all that. But no, like a lot of people are. I think everything was racially motivated back then. I still think that even now, you have like what BLM, DEI, all that stuff is just a cover. I think it's all still rooted behind racism and like people trying to get ahead of everybody else. And there's a lot of fuck shit in the air too, But we're not a political podcast. We don't like to talk about politics, but it's getting to that time. I don't know. I'm 25 now, and I feel I have to have some stance on politics. But once you start saying that, then people start painting you as like a supervillain. Or like a hero or whatever. And it's just like, dude, like, you could be into politics. You could have your own opinion. I feel like it's worse when you don't have your own opinion. You're just like saying whatever you heard on like a radio or a podcast, and you're not actually like trying to research it and back it up. So, but I don't have a research team. I have me and Google, dude. Me and ChatGPT. That's all I got as far as research goes. So, who'd you vote for, Adam?
I ain't talking about that.
Who'd you vote for, dude? You look like a Kamala voter. Dude.
I'm scared to say anything at that point, man.
Exactly. And I didn't vote for anybody. I can comfortably say I didn't vote this year.
Same.
So
I didn't.
I mean, what is there to vote for? Like, for Doom or Doom Squared? Like, that's it. Like, it's either shit's gonna get worse or it's gonna get astronomically worse before it gets any better. I think we're at the brink of war, though, for sure. I think that's the next step. Everything's been shot down. We got the politics, the economics, the Epstein's list. Diddy's about to get out of jail, and now it's just like there's nothing else left to go to. Like, I mean, somebody's gonna drop a bomb on somebody, and someone's gonna have to say something, right? You can't just like drop a bomb on something. Well, you could drop a bomb on somebody and say nothing about it, but I think it's coming to that time. Someone's gonna do something. You're gonna have to go somewhere, but they'll never bomb LA. I'd like to think. You think I think about this often. If they do bomb us, they might take Universal Studios. They should just bomb Hollywood, right? Like, if you're a warlord, you're thinking, I want death, destruction, and money. Like, you know how much money goes into Universal Studios and Disneyland and all that shit? You would think they would attack something like that. But I don't know. I'm just very morbid, huh? Is that it? I just want to see theme parks get blown up. No more Cinnabon. And they just built Super Mario World. Have you been to Super Mario World? I'm just asking all these questions, dude. I want to go to Super Mario World, though. Let's take a nice little segue. Super Mario, huh? I'm out of things to say. Save me, Adam. Save me, dude. I'm out. I'm out of ammo. They're in the bushes.
You said you got some shit to say earlier, no?
Yeah, I just wanted to talk shit.
So.
I like talking shit, but it's like, I gotta be gassed up about it. Like, okay, the last time I was gassed up about something, somebody sucker punched me in the head. And then it just started this whole, like, chain of events. I started going to Muay Thai classes. I haven't been in a while, though. I still practice. Started being really nasty to people. I don't know. Like, I had this, like, I don't want to blame it. I don't want to blame it on the brain damage that I probably sustained getting sucker punched. But I started talking mad shit to people. I fucking got angry in traffic. Some dude was like yelling at me because I cut him off, and I was trying so hard not to blow the window down and like say something mean. I had it in the chamber. I was like, I'm gonna say this, but I don't wanna say it, and then I regret it. But and then somebody like messaged me on Instagram, somebody who's been like picking on me for a while, and I just let it slide. I just don't reply. If somebody's talking trash to me, I'll just like, if I can't say anything funny, I'll just move on. But then I told him to go fuck himself. It's very different when you say go fuck yourself than when you text somebody go fuck yourself. If somebody texted you to go fuck yourself, I mean, I don't know, I'd still think of it as playful. And it's like if somebody's talking shit to you and all of a sudden you say how you feel, and then they start putting you on blast, and they start saying this, that, and the third, empty threats, I'm just like, bruh, what the fuck is wrong with me then? Like, am I the cause, the conduit of this? And it's like, nah, I think we're all just going through some shit. Like, sometimes you just, like, you say something, or you're, like, sometimes you just blow up. Sometimes you just, like, let it all out on one person or on one thing, and that they don't deserve it. And I think that's just what it was. But I think it was funny, though, because I ended up apologizing to that person after. And then, like, it was like some weird, like, you know when you see a movie and you see some kids stand up on the lunch table, it's like, we shouldn't act like this. We got to stand together and, you know, fight for equality or whatever. And, like, so I was like, dude, we shouldn't fight like this. We shouldn't be talking like this. We're comics. We should be rose battling. Like, let's take it on stage and talk shit to each other and make a show or something about it. And he was like, yeah, man, I'm sorry, dude. You know, I don't know what got into me. And it was just like, yeah, it was one of those moments. It was you know what? I like the way it turned out. You know, sometimes you have a disagreement with somebody, and it ends in blows, or it ends in them smashing your car window out, or it ends in them shooting you, or, you know. And it's just like, there's so much negativity in the world, and it's like, why be the cause of it? Keep it in traffic, dude. Keep it in fucking high traffic. I don't know. I like saying people to things. Like, me and my friends used to yell at people in traffic. Like, not like mean stuff. Well, it would be kind of mean. But it would be like, oh, we're just fucking with this guy. Like, we would yell stuff at people. And, you know, one of the homies, well, I would say this too. One time, me and, I was like, what the hell? I was like, I didn't know I was being too loud. Fucking, oh, yeah. But, no, it's cool, because, you know, we used to just yell stuff at people in the car. Sometimes it would be very, like, funny and, like positive, I guess. And then sometimes we would just say messed up shit. One time, I guess there was a homeless guy sleeping under a bridge, like under an overpass bridge. And we're all drunk and we drive by. And the homie rolls his windows down. And he's like, fuck you, bum! Get a job! And I was just like, bro, that's kind of mean. But fuck it, that was funny. Like, we didn't think it was mean at the time, but it's like, looking back, that's kind of messed up. You don't know what he's going through. But what if he actually got his life together after that? You know? I'd like to think. That's just how I like to think, you know. I remember one time we drove by somebody, I think we're coming home from an open mic, and we were driving by the bus stop, and somebody was looking on their phone. It looked like they were like super sad or something. And then the homie rolls the window down. Kelvin actually rolls the window down. Shout out to Kelvin. And he was like, "Hey, I don't know what you're going through, but you're so beautiful, and we all love you." And then the person they were looking down. They didn't want to look up, but they started smiling as they were looking down. And so we were like, "Yeah, yeah, we love you." And so I don't know what he or she was going through, but you know, what if we made their life a little better? I don't know. But I also like going in traffic and just yelling at people, "You can't park there!" If they're in an accident. It goes two ways. It's either you mess with somebody because you like them and you want them to feel better, or you want them to feel the way that they feel, and then maybe they get their life together. Tough love. There it is. I like tough love. You ever get tough love from your family? My uncle gives me a lot of tough love. I'm not going to lie. He doesn't do hugs or anything like that, which is, I don't know what's gayer, not doing hugs or hugging somebody because you love them, but I don't know. I got sad. I got weird. I got weirdly sad. I'm not trying to say that I don't get love, but tough love, yeah, dude. Sometimes you gotta tell people to go fuck themselves. And that's just how, I mean, if I tell somebody to go fuck themselves, that just means I'm comfortable with you. And I want you to see exactly how I feel, no filters, no nothing. You know, I don't want to be fake nice. I think being fake nice is worse than telling someone to go fuck themselves. Because it's like, at least if you tell someone to go fuck themselves, it's like you're kind of telling them that you have no power over me. Like, doesn't matter if you're bigger, stronger, taller, or if you could throw my ass across the room. Like, at the end of the day, it's like I'm not scared to just let them know. But look at me. I'm not trying to look tough at all. It's just like, you gotta be like, you know, you gotta see things as if, like a Chihuahua does, you know? Like, I don't know, even if somebody's bigger than you, like, if they respect you, you respect them. If they disrespect you, I mean, well, if you disrespect somebody who's like a fighter and like, you know, they, like, I don't know, I was gonna say like Sean Strickland, but I don't know how people feel about that. I think of a better example. Like Mike Tyson. If you meet Mike Tyson and you're like, "Hey, what's up, fucker?" Like, oh, like, just fucking busting his balls. Like, obviously, he's going to tell you to shut the fuck up. And he's going to strike the fear of God into you. But it's like, you know, it's just respect it's a two-way street, man. Is it a two-way street? Or is it a one-way street?
For what?
For respect.
I want to say it's two-way street because it's a reciprocation,
right?
Yeah.
Like, you can't just merge into somebody's lane, you know? Like, that's fun to think about. This is the mental health episode of the Backyard Show. Honestly, every time I do an episode by myself, it's just me talking, like, as if the camera is like a diary or some shit. Like, I'm just like, yeah, this is what happened to me. This is how I grew up, and fuck it, we just keep it moving. But when I'm with somebody else, like, I try to bleed in that factor of like, oh, so like, you know, how do you put your pants on one leg at a time, or like, you know, like how sometimes you just like getting into the nitty gritty of it, because then you can really tell about someone's character. But I don't know. Maybe we should do an episode with like a crackhead on the street one day, get their opinion on it. Yes. How many minutes are we in?
We are 37 minutes in.
Wow. We can keep going. Oh, yeah, dude. Let's fucking get into it. You know what I wanted to do? I want to start doing segments. I had this idea, and I thought it'd be funny to just bring it up to you right now, because I want to do like a drunk voicemail segment. You know where I'm going with this, right?
I think so. Elaborate.
Okay. I forget when. Well, I get drunk voicemails from my friends all the time. And when I do, it's usually like 3 or 4 in the morning. And sometimes I'll get the call. It'll wake me up. Sometimes I'm so tired, I just like, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to go back to sleep. And then I see that they're leaving a voicemail. And I'm just like, oh, it's going to be fucking great when I wake up. And then I go to sleep and I'll wake up and I'll find the homies leave me like drunk ass voicemails. The last time, the homie, he was on the podcast last time, Mars sent me a voicemail of him singing some rap song. I forget what the rap song was, but he was hitting it, and it was just him a cappella. He's like, like he was like hitting the ad libs and everything. It was perfect. And I called him. I was like, you left me two voicemails. Like the first voicemail was so long, it cut him off. He called again, left the second half of the song, and then I'm in the car. I'm driving. I forget where I was driving him. And then I was like, you remember this voicemail you left me? He was like, what fucking voicemail? And I show it to him, and it's this rap song. He's like, oh my god, I don't remember fucking sending this shit. That shit was like, he was dying. Like, he wasn't embarrassed or anything, but I was like, bro, you called me like 4 a.m. And I was like, I'm not gonna answer. And I saw him leave a voicemail. I'm like, oh, he's leaving me a present, dude. And I showed it to him, and it was the fucking funniest thing ever, because that was basically his first time listening to it. So, which brings me to my next segment.
Well, I think I did the same thing to you.
You left me a drunk voicemail.
Fuck.
On Disneyland?
At Disneyland, I was drunk as fuck, and I got kicked out.
Was this before the voicemail or after the voicemail?
This was...
You got kicked out, and then you sent me a voicemail?
I didn't get kicked out, but my brother and my girl got kicked out. Because the security stopped us, and I'm like, I'm going to go use the restroom. And then they kicked them out. And then I just stayed, and I went to get more drinks at the fucking Star Wars pub and shit.
You went to the cantina, bro?
The cantina. I'm like, I got to get a blue drink before I dip out.
Hold on. Give me the dignity before you kick me out. Do you remember anything about that voicemail? You remember what you said?
No, dude. I remember I called so many people, and you were one of them. Even Edwin.
I was going to say, because you mentioned Edwin in the voicemail.
Oh, no way.
It's funny because, okay, before, I want to play it.
All right.
With your consent. So,
no.
No, you don't want? No,
no, do it. No,
okay,
I'm just
I want you to hear it. I want you to hear it because it's funny. Because you were like, Barry, Edwin, you didn't answer my fucking call when I needed you the most. And I was like, dude, who fucking hurt you, dude? So
I thought I needed a ride. That's what
if I was awake, because to be fair, well, okay, it was 11:10 p.m. So I could have been awake.
Okay. I was blacked out at that point.
If it was at like 2 or 3 in the morning, I would have been like, I'm never gonna, dude, find a way home.
That's scary, blacking out in Disneyland?
Fuck that, dude. Okay, so I woke up one morning, I was walking into the store, and I was like, let me hear this. And this is just the first impression. First impression. Hold on.
Joe, Barry and Edwin. You fools, both of you have ghosted me.
Oh.
I don't appreciate that shit. Barry and motherfucking Edwin. Today on the 4th or 5th, I believe it is, you fools haven't responded to me when they needed you the most.
Now that I have the context of this being at Disneyland, I feel way less bad. Because I was thinking, okay, what if he actually like got like into an altercation and he actually needed us? And I was like, oh shit, I kind of do feel bad.
Dying and shit.
You're at the cantina.
Yeah, you can't even tell I was drunk right there.
Should I keep playing? I'm gonna keep playing.
Yeah. I was more.
Y'all fools haven't responded with open arms.
That was my favorite part.
You are dead to me.
You can hear the festival in the background and shit.
I will never answer because y'all haven't responded.
Okay,
I think I was on a ride at that point. No way.
You're on Space Mountain, like, you're fucking dead to me. Don't ever call me ever again. Like, you know what's funny is, like, when I listened to that, I started feeling so bad. I was like, am I a bad friend? Because there are times where we have band practice and I coordinate it and I'm like, all right, Sunday at 12. And I'm like, hey, Sunday at 12? I'm like, hey, Sunday at 12? And then sometimes I'm either not feeling it or Edwin will cancel or someone else will cancel, whatever the situation may be. And I just decide not to say anything to anybody. I don't even tell you, hey, I'm not coming through. I don't tell Edwin, hey, I'm not coming through. I think maybe if I don't come through, I would tell you. Like, oh, hey, I can't make it. But sometimes, like, I'll hit up Edwin. Like, hey, let's jam out tomorrow. He's like, I'm so down. And the time comes, and I don't even hit him up. And I'm just like, I'm not
You did
feeling
that shit to me this morning.
Did I really?
About the hike. Yeah. You're like, let's go hiking, bro. And I'm like, yeah, sorry about the lag. And then you fucking ghosted me, bro.
I did ghost you. I'm not gonna lie.
You put yourself on the spot.
I did, huh? I set myself up. But yeah, dude. Now I'm embarrassed. God damn it. You just casted a fucking counterattack on me, bro. But oh yeah, so that's gonna be a new segment. Whenever I get a drunk voicemail, I want to fucking do it. And you know what's funny is that if I ever send a drunk voicemail, and I have some breaking news actually that I have to break to you guys.
He's sober.
I was sober. I was 3 months clean off of alcohol, dude. And on Friday night, I went a little ham.
Dang.
I went a little crazy. I just today reset all my counters. And I'm back to square one and I feel like shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Right?
Like I feel like a fucking like I'm not a man of my word. But then I started looking at it. I was like, you know what's funny? I didn't smoke a cigarette all night. I was drunk as hell. Had a little dandruff that night. And still, I was just like, all right. At least I didn't smoke cigarettes. At least I'm still 258 days clean off cigarettes. So there's that. But I'm looking at everything else. I'm like, man, I broke all my vices. I got fast food. I got fucking hard stuff. I got hard alcohol. I was smoking weed all day. Watched some pornography. Yeah. I'm trying to go clean off everything. Like every of the 7 deadly sins, I'm trying to get it far away from my life as possible. Weed I'm a little lax on because it's like I still have trouble sleeping and like I'd rather take weed than to take like medicine, like, you know, psych meds and shit like that. So that's a little something more I'm a little more lax on. And even like I work with like a therapist and she's like, well, if it's not a problem for you and you're strictly recreational, that's fine. We don't really care. Because some people are like, oh, you smoke weed? Well, I'm not going to see you. I'm sending you to an addiction specialist. You're never going to get therapy here ever again. And I'm just like, well, so it's like, it makes you not want to talk about it, but you have to. And funny enough, you know, when you go to therapy, they're actually like, they want you to be depressed and suicidal. They're like, this is actually what we're looking for in patients. It's like, that's crazy. Like, they want you to be the worst version of yourself so that they can show you the progress and all that shit. So, but again, enough about me. Yeah, I caved in, dude. I caved in. It was all right. It was at a party. That's why I don't like going to parties, because it's just like, you know, you're gonna like go there to party. Everybody's gonna be drinking. Everybody's gonna be doing something. So in my mind, I did go thinking, okay, I'll have a drink or two. It'll be fine. It's been 3 months. And then I was like, I mean, I didn't go crazy, because usually I'll have like 9 beers, and I'm like, what am I doing with myself? I'll drink 9 beers and I'll drive and I'm like, fuck, dude. And I'll wake up hungover, deactivated the whole next day. I'm just like, God damn, dude. Why do I do this to myself? But this time I was like, all right. I got up at like 10 in the morning. I went and got some birria. Fucking smoked a couple bowls. I was back in action. I didn't let it stop me. Because usually when I'm hungover, it's like, nah, I'm throwing up all day. Fucking, I'm not doing anything. DoorDash some Pepto-Bismol and some Advil and just be a degenerate all day. So at least I had this moment. I wilded out, you know, and I'm back. I'm going strictly marijuana again, starting yesterday. So, but yeah, I slipped. I fell. I picked myself back up. Told myself, you're good. Don't go crazy. You know, you still got, you know, at least I'm young. You know, at least I can still. But that's another thing where it's like, I know a lot of young people who have already died and overdosed and they drunk themselves to death or whatever. And it doesn't feel good, especially when you're creeping up on their same age. But also, you got to remember that they went twice as hard. So it's like, you can continue to either go hard and keep going. Or you could just put your foot down and say, fuck it. I've done enough damage to my body. Time to go to the doctor. Time to make sure I'm healthy. Time to make sure I'm okay, and just stay on that. But it's something you gotta stay on it yourself, you know. But yeah, I don't need 12 steps. I don't need God. God is separate. He's separate from the addiction journey. When people say that you're powerless to your addictions, that just makes you believe that you can't do it on your own. Legit, like it's to keep you coming to their groups, to keep you, you know, Which, if you need a group and you need that stability, then that's chilling. You know, do what you got to do. But just remember that at the end of the day, you're the only one who can cut it off. You got to just tell yourself, I don't need this shit. It doesn't make anything better. Like, I did a set that night at the homegirl's party because she was having a roast for her birthday. And it was the worst roast set I've had in so long. Not just because I had like 3 or 4 days to prepare the jokes. It was just terrible. I was like, what the fuck am I doing up here? I'm drunk. I'm fucking on one. Like, there's all of my friends. There's no audience members. It's just all comics. All of my friends who see me perform and whatever. And the homie that brought me up, shout out to Brandon, he was like, the next comic coming up, he's honestly a very funny comedian. Like, he's one of my favorite roast battlers in the entire game. He was gassing me up. He was like, Barry Montoya. I'm like, oh, goddamn. I didn't even think about the fact that he brought me up like that. Because usually when people bring me up, I'm like, oh, that's nice of you. That's never good. I'm not going to be that funny, guys. You know, I'm real. I'm up front. But this time I went up, I grabbed the mic. I was like, yeah, guys, fucking give it up for Ashley. Yeah, fucking we're here, dude. Fucking, yeah, bro. Like, I was white clawed out, basically. I was white claw. White clawed to the max, dude. And, yeah, I was white girled out, definitely. I was off the white girl, and I was acting like a white girl, bro. Like, it was crazy. And I think my jokes are okay. Nobody gave a fuck about them. There was some guy in the front just nodding his head like this. I'm like, okay, bro, I get it. The jokes suck. But, no, I had a good time. You know, you only roast the ones you love. Happy late birthday to Ashley. You're here and you're queer, and keep it going, dude, because we're all rooting for you. And no, what the funny thing enough is that even though I put myself into a very dark place that night, I was surrounded by a lot of just new friends and, you know, good people, all around good people. I met that one guy. His name's Dan, and I'm sure you guys know him, but I just met him, and I didn't know who he was until I met him, until we were all chilling at the hot tub, like 2 a.m, and fucking, I just looked at this guy, and I recognized him. Oh, fuck, that's the guy that does the Cat Williams impressions. I don't know if you've seen those Instagram videos, like, there's that white guy with the orange hair, and he does the Cat Williams impression as Anakin. He's like, I have the high ground, Anakin. Like, he does Cat Williams, but he's reenacting the scene from Star Wars. And that's like the funniest shit ever. I'm like, he's fucking cool. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing a hot tub with this guy? Like, I'm just the roast battle guy. Like, I'm just the guy that says fag into a microphone and wait for the crowd to like react to it. So, no, that was cool, man. I like partying, but you know, I fucked up, man. I partied too young. I did too much. I did way too much. That's why, when I hear people like Ken Flores, I'm just like, bro, like, that shit makes me sad. I'm still sad about it. I still think about it. I still watch his podcast. I'm just like, bro, you were out here the way everybody else says that they're out here. The same way that I'm like, I think I'm out there. I'm nowhere near where Ken Flores was. And he got so much so quick like that. I remember when I saw his first roast battle in Chicago against, I guess Omar was his name. There was like the 2 Mexicans. He was doing I was like, wow, this was fucking great. And then he moved out to LA, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't think about how quick it happened, but it did happen so quick. Like, he started linking up with Renee Vaca, and they're doing shows at the Ha Ha Club like almost every week. And this is before they blew up, before the fucking leg came out. Before this, we started humping the stool. And I was just like, wow, like, greatness is so underappreciated that, like, you don't really recognize it until it happens. Like, I still think about, like, the shows that I'm doing. When I first started doing roast battles, shout out to Los Digits, which will be there April 3rd at the Ha Ha Club at 8 p.m. for No Yodas. It's a fun roast battle. Come check it out. It's in North Hollywood. But he was the first one to put me on that stage. I was a fan of roast battle for so fucking long. I went into the Ha Ha Club randomly to send in a resume, and he's there running the door because he's going to host his No Yoda show. And I recognized him because they were doing roast battles during COVID, and I just recognized him as the Foo, like, you know, the Foo himself. And I was like, yeah, I recognize you. Like, and he's like, yeah, Foo, we're doing a show tonight. And so I'm like, all right, leave. And he put me on my first roast battle. And I was doing, like, I did, like, 6 roast battles at the Haha Club, and I started networking with the comics. I'm like, how do you get booked on roast battle? And then Sarah Fatemi, very funny roaster, she was like, oh, just email them. And I'm like, shit, fuck it. All right, emailed them. They got back to me like 2 months later. Fucking got buried under my emails. I couldn't see shit, and then I felt so bad because they booked the show for me. The date passed. My opponent came out, flew from Atlanta, landed in LA, same day to do this show, and I wasn't there. And I didn't know I got booked or anything, so I was like, oh, fuck. I rebooked it, and then they booked it, and then that was my first battle at the Comedy Store. And ever since then, I think I wouldn't say my life has changed, but my career has gone down a path where I'm just like, wow. I didn't think any of this was going to be possible. But, you know, it's kind of where I'm just like, wow, this shit happened so quick. Life and, like, everything that you're doing, like, it just fucking flies by because my point was that Digits kind of stopped doing shows at the Haha because of his, you know, whatever agreement that they had. It just wasn't working out. But, boy, every time he threw a show there was it just so fucking fun. Good people, good comics, good crowd. You know, maybe one out of 3 of those nights would be fucking packed. Killer fucking show. And then he just stopped doing them there for a while. I'm just like, man, every time he does a No Yoda show, I'm always trying to get on it because, like, when I think about it, like, those were the days, man. Like, going to the Haha Club, kicking it, talking shit, watching fucking T.I. do stand-up, watching Ken Flores do stand-up, watching Renee Vaca do stand-up, and then we have a fucking roast battle at the end of it, and you're just meeting so many fun, cool people. And then now I look back at it, and I'm just like, man, those were the fucking days. Like, you can't get that shit back, man. So when they said that they were doing one in April 3rd, I'm like, dude, fucking put me on, bro, because I will be there. Promote the shit out of it. I mean, here we go. You guys better be there. But yeah, man, like, rest in peace to Ken Flores and all the other comedians we've lost along the way, because this shit ain't easy. This shit is like, you know, you see people and like, man, they're funny as hell, but you don't realize how fucking tortured they are, like, as a person, like what they have to do to uphold their status as an entertainer. And you know, it's not for the weak-hearted, you know, I guess. But at that point, it's also like, just stop being the worst version of yourself and be the best person that you could be 100%, 200%, 1,000% every day. Because somebody's going to come along with a better work ethic than you and be like, you know what? Take this shit. And then that's when people get bitter. They're like, man, I'm getting all these opportunities and I'm just like here at a fucking dive bar, like not doing shit. And, you know, somebody cool might walk in like every now and then, but it's just like, this is what, you know, you knew you could have worked harder. And that's where I'm like, man, I look at Joey Diaz, I look at Ken Flores, I look at everybody. They're always like, man, if you could see me doing this shit right now. And I guess everybody, like, if you see, this is what is going down. And if you see it, it's possible. The world's there for your taking. And, you know, it all depends on you. It really does, man. At the end of the day, it's all up here. And that's what a lot of people have told me. It's like, man, like, I've had people close the door in the green room and have personal conversations with me like, bro, like, you got it. It's all up. You just got to fucking believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself right now, there's the door. Like, get out and never come back. That's how it is, man. Like, if you don't believe in yourself, the moment you start doubting yourself and you believe it, you lost. You got to change your thinking. You know, just because you end sobriety, you have like a 200-day sobriety. Sure, you got 200 days down the drain, but you still have so much ahead of you. You can't just fucking put it down. I mean, you got to put it down. You know, let's say that. You know, put it down, whatever it is that's keeping you up. But you gotta fucking fight. You gotta bomb these countries, dude. I made it full circle, dude. You gotta bomb these fucking countries. Like, you know what? Fuck you. My dick, this big, my button. Bam, dude. Now fucking rebuild. Fucking start over, dude. Start over. I'm over here. Fucking catch up, bro. No. And you really do gotta help other people, though, because it's like, you know, not everybody can do it on their own. Which is like, you know, if you have to go to a group or a support meeting, like, fucking go. Like, because you'll find somebody there that's at least trying to, like, make a difference in their life. Like, if you're going to a backyard punk show and you're not trying to drink or fucking do drugs, you're at the wrong place, buddy. you're at the wrong place. But if you have very strong morals, it's like, you can do it. I've seen people who just, kick it. Like, they don't have to do Nas. They don't have to fucking drink. They don't got to do this, that, and the third. And I think they're better off for it, after a couple DUIs, you're like, I'll tone it down. But, shout out to anybody with a DUI and making it happen. I can't imagine having that. Fuck that, dude. I mean, I love to smoke and drive just as much as the next guy, but Jesus. Yeah, it's not fun. We do not approve of driving under the influence here at the Backyard Show. Get an Uber, bro. Or even horseback. Find a horse and have him take you home, dude. Like, what do you stand on, like, skating home drunk? What about that?
It works. I mean,
right?
The muscle memory kicks in.
There you fucking go. Better motor skills, like, basically no motor skills. It's all just, it's muscle memory, dude. Muscle memory is knowing how to get yourself home on a fucking drunk Friday night, dude. That's all muscle memory. Yep. You know what else is muscle memory? Knowing where the hooker spots are at.
Can't relate.
Oh, okay. I thought it was funny. Yeah.
Part of his vices.
Yeah, dude. Oh, well. We'll bleep that out, right? No. No, we're keeping it, dude. We're keeping it. But yeah, man.
How many days are you clean from the hooker spots?
From the hooker spot? Oh, longer than alcohol, that's for sure. Let's see. Well, hooker. I'm a fisher, by the way. So if you guys didn't know that about me, I go to a lot of hooking spots. Yeah, it's been passed down generation to generation, dude. I come from a long family of hookers. So, that is a good question. I'm not comfortable saying it on the air, so thank you. I like, you know what? I fuck with Adam because he's helping me find my boundaries. If I thought that in my head, I'd probably been like, it's probably been about a couple weeks since I last talked to a hooker. No, like, I'm glad that you're here, Adam. Thank you.
You're paying the wrong therapist.
Well, it is the same amount of money the hour, so. Nah, that's cool, man. I keep trying to do a joke about therapy and strippers being like the same thing. We're gonna work this out because it does terrible. The idea of hookers and therapists being the same thing. But my thing is like, okay, everybody has this like, oh, don't you want to like, hook up with your therapist? It's like, dude, like I'm trying to get better, and but God, I hope my therapist doesn't watch this. She doesn't know I have a podcast yet. My other therapist, yes. No, so I had the setup was like, okay, like strippers and therapists, they get paid to do, they get paid to make you feel better. And it's to be nice to you. And to like, because you ever go to a strip club and you have a homie that's like falling in love with a stripper. It's like, bro, that's her job. He's like, yeah, but she's so nice. It's her job to be nice to you. It's like, yeah, but then, we had a lap dance and I felt like really connected. It's like, no, that's her job. You paid her to do a lap dance and now she's doing the dance. And you leave and you say thank you and then you leave. And okay, but so the idea is you're telling a stripper, oh, like this is her job. And, there's guys that are like, oh, like dude, like I could take you away from all this. So the joke itself was I paid a stripper and I told her about my day. And then I went to my therapist and I told her I could take you away from all this. And that's how people look at me. With the same face, the same amount of silence you just heard is what happens in that room on that stage. People just look at me like, yeah. I remember I did something like that. And there was somebody in the crowd who was like, as I was saying like the next line, because one of the lines was, oh yeah, but they get paid to do that. This girl in the front row, because I was like, oh, strippers, therapists, same thing. He's like, yeah, it's their job. She said it at the same time I did, and I've never done that joke ever in my life. She's like, yeah, it's their job. And I looked at her like, yeah, it's their job to say something like that. Now let me do my job. Like, but I didn't, I didn't take it that far. But that's where I'm at, dude. I think I should just trash the idea completely because not only is it very misogynistic, but okay, let's remember this. When you're at a comedy club, misogyny, racism, unless you're actually saying the N-word and you're not black, everything, all the stereotypes, fucking everything that's taboo is okay in a comedy club because it's a consensual thing. I'm here to hear some crazy shit, you're going to say some crazy shit, and we're going to hopefully laugh if it's funny. I just feel like there's a lot of scumbags like me out there, which is where a lot of my scumbag material comes from. And in my mind, I think it's funny. I think it's like, oh, it's gonna do good. And then I say it, and then there's nothing, there's crickets, and I'm like, fuck, where do I go after this? Like, how do I pull myself out of this one? And yeah, it does not that premise, that joke is just not going good. I feel like because like if you watch The Sopranos, which is I feel like is a bad way to like bring it up, because like yeah, sure, a show about a mob boss who fucking does every crime imaginable in the book. If you watch The Sopranos, you know that there is like a romantic interest between Tony Soprano and the therapist. I just feel like that's a common thing in life. You know, like I've heard stories where male therapists are banging their patients. And then it's like people go on Reddit, they're like, dude, I just fucked my therapist. Like I sucked him off and now I can't go back to him anymore because it feels weird. Obviously it feels weird. You just sucked off your therapist. But I mean, you know, it's the fucking intricacies of the human mind. It's like you'll fuck your secretary. Like you'll fuck the cleaning lady. Like there's people out there like that. And they just try to live life like it's like nothing ever happened. And then now they're getting a divorce and now this, that, and the third's happening. Can you say alcoholism? I can say alcoholism, yeah. Fucking, yeah. Should I scrap it? Am I being offensive? Are strippers and therapists the same thing? Yes or no? Kinda, right? I mean, if you think about it. You pay them. But here's the thing. You can't pay for... I was about to say, you can't pay for a stripper with insurance money, but there are a lot of CEOs out there doing whatever with their money. How much time are we at? Should we end it right there, or should we end on a positive note?
We are at an hour and 5 minutes.
Oh, wow, okay. No, we hit it. Yeah, okay, sure. I'm not going to end it on therapists and strippers being the same thing. Yeah, man, I got some shows coming up, and you see, first of all, I'm a roaster. I would say I'm roaster first, comedian second, because they are two different things. So I do a lot of roast battles, and I like to just say dumb shit because hey, there might be something funny in there. So that's where all this comes from. And I'm doing a show April 18th at the Well in Bakersfield. Very fun club for Jokes on You. I'll be at the Haha Club April 3rd for No Llores, for Los Digits. He's having a birthday show. Show up. We're going to party. It's going to be fucking fun. Sorry to you guys. I had a guest lined up today, but, you know, hopefully we can get it rescheduled. And the next time I'm going to have a guest with me. So it won't just be me talking about my problems to my cameraman. But, yeah, shout out to Adam. He's holding it down. Shout out to Badman Studios. Brought to you live. Sponsored in part by Batman Studios. Real life. Yeah. So we're going to keep this going, dude. I mean, hey, if we can do a show once a month and then keep the ball rolling, shit, we'll do 2 a month, even 3 a month. But we're going to keep it. A lot of this is just jokes. I'm a dumbass. I like to go for it. I don't mean to be shocking. But, yeah. You know, it's funny, before I end it, I guess, I got a message saying that our last episode is doing really good in Israel. And you know what we said in that last episode? A lot of jokes. Damn, I didn't think Israelis fucked with it like that. I mean, we were saying some saying some crazy things, dude. So, hey, we're live and we're certified. So, yeah, free Gaza. No, I'm just kidding. How's Black Power? Fucking, you know. See, I'm stupid. I'm a clown. Look at me. Fucking big nose, you know? Don't take this seriously. All right. That was fun.